everybody. Good morning. Woohoo! Lots of action today. Woo. Oh, I'm very loud. Wow. Okay. You can't ignore me if I'm turned up that loud. Woohoo! Welcome, everybody. It's a beautiful day. Everybody's feeling it, I can tell. It's so great. Well, I'm Courtney Fuchs. I'm the Vice President of the Unity Council. We welcome you to Unity of Fort Collins. Is anybody here for the first time today? If you'll just raise your hand, we'll make sure you get a welcome packet. Maybe you already got one. Okay, we're good. Great. Oops, back in the back. Okay, well, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. You are welcome to grab coffee or tea, and and bring it into the sanctuary, or water works too. Did we get? Okay. And then we welcome our online visitors. We're missing a camera, so that's weird. Okay. Welcome to the online group. We have a very large group that follow us online on YouTube. So I always remind people at this point that if you ever see a talk that you really like, you can go in and click that thumbs up or share it or watch it again, because sometimes you just want to hear that good message a second time. So feel free to do that. We have a very special Sunday planned today. It's Volunteer Appreciation Sunday, so we're gonna have a little bit of a presentation, and then we're gonna take some time during the service to have our volunteers stand and be recognized, because we just could not function without all the volunteers that we have, and there's so many of you, and we just thank you so much. So we'll have a little short talk from Sharon, Jim, Julie, and myself. Leanne will be doing the meditation. The reading is Ginny Hout. And our musician is John Magny and the choir. Woohoo! And we are going to have a little light reception afterwards. It'll be in the entryway, so please, everybody's welcome to join us. You don't have to necessarily be a volunteer, but you can join us for that. The Youth and Family Program is continuing Unity Kids World Tours. Today they're learning about Brazil. That'll be fun. Chaplain of the day is Miss Sharon. Do you want to say anything, or should I just tell them you'll be in the... Okay, she's going to be in the Myrtle Room just down the hall, so if there's anything on your heart, whether joyful or challenging, you're welcome to go in and have her pray with you. The chaplains are doing a book study that anyone can join. It's Thursdays at 11 o'clock on Zoom. The book is Discover Your Divinity by Linda Martella-Whitsett, and we tried to get some books in. They didn't arrive in time. They are available on Amazon, but we do have some on order, so if you can wait, we will be having those soon. Monday the 18th, Anisha. Oh, you're going to speak? Okay, so let's start with the people that are going to come give announcements. Sure.
Yes, Monday the 18th, which is tomorrow. I just felt very inspired to start this Empowering Soul Circle, because times when things are changing and uncertain, and a lot for the marginalized, it can really be overwhelming in the emotions. And how do we keep close to who we are through whatever we live and face? I want people to come comfortable, bring pillow, blanket, mug for tea, and we're going to do music, guided imagery, meditation, and just share, compassionate sharing and listening. First and third Mondays of the month. Thank you. Oh, 6:30, Roomy Room.
Or do you want to start with?
I'll start with this other one.
Okay, not yet. I take that back.
Good morning. We're going to do a fun little fundraiser, which we've done many years in the past, a craft fair and bake sale, where we ask folks from within the community to bring, a little craft. It could be Christmas decorations, bookmarks, anything at all that you have made from scratch, or food gifts, or cookies. I'm going to pass a sign-up sheet. It tells, it's pretty self-explanatory, but you can help set up and clean up that day, or you can sign up to bring something. It's going to be on Sunday, December 8th. Thank you. I have one more.
One more, sorry. Now the slide, Laura. Is it coming?
Well, I can start talking without the slide.
Oh, maybe it didn't make it in. Is it up there, Jim? Oh, well.
There's a financial committee and a subcommittee of prosperity folks, and we've been trying to look ahead, but we're also focused on year-end giving, which has been kind of a tradition here for a number of years. So we have a group of, I believe it's 9 or 10 committed benefactors who have, as of this morning, pledged $27,000. And what we'd like to do is invite the rest of the congregation to see if we can match that. So it's not like a conditional match, but we'd like to encourage folks to make a tax-deductible donation to Unity by year end. And a big chunk of that money, we're looking forward to various projects, but one very important thing that we want to do is give Jim and Sharon a much-needed raise. So I think I covered all my points. If you have any questions about that, you can talk to Mike Hawes or myself. Thank you.
I have a clipboard, but it's going to be over there for later. And this deals with Christmas caroling at Red Tail Ponds on Friday, December the 13th. And we'll pass it another Sunday. Also, Tuesday, Talk and Tea at 10, this Tuesday, here. Thanks.
Yes, one more. Okay, come on up.
So I'm holding a blank clipboard, and I know that I know that lots of people want to sign up on this one. The horse, we're going back to see the horses. 23rd, sorry, Kamina, November 23rd, Saturday, so it's next Saturday, 10 to 12. For all of you who did it before, you're welcome to do it again, and you're welcome to bring friends. I'm going to send it around so we have an idea how many people are going to come.
Describe their mission just a little bit for people that maybe. I can do it.
What is their mission? Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. Kathy is the horse lady, we call her. She rescues senior draft horses that are going to be put down for slaughter or worse, or who knows. I guess that's not much worse, but so she keeps them, houses them, feeds them, and lets them just be and live out their life in a respectful, loving manner, and we get the benefit of it by going to help out if you want to volunteer, or at least just be there with them in their space, and it's pretty darn amazing. So if you haven't done it, I encourage you, because it is really amazing. I'm going to send this around too. Sorry, another one.
And there are pictures on our Facebook page and Instagram from the last visit. It was really, really moving to see their interactions. I'm going to do a quick plug for the bookstore because we just got in a big collection of gift items, spiritually themed gift items. This is one example of these are daily word healing affirmation cards. We have them wisdom and abundance, and then we have a really cute consciousness growth chart. We hung that one up so you could see it. We have prayer flags. Anyway, there's even an ornament with the prayer of protection on it. So a lot of fun things. So check that out if you need a little fun gift for yourself or for someone else. What else do we have? There is a group of moms that are going to be meeting here each Thursday from 9:30 to 11:30 in the friendship room. Any moms are welcome to come and connect with each other while their kids play. It's called NOCO Mindful Mamas, and Aubrey Gates is the contact person. There's a food drive going on, sponsored by the outreach team. It's benefiting Larimer County Food Bank. There's a little list of their most essentially needed items, urgently needed items, but feel free to bring whatever you can and fill those buckets. Community Lunch Bunch is going to Panera today. At Horsetooth and College at 11:30. And then lastly, as I said, we are on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And the more you interact with us by commenting, sharing, or liking the posts really helps us out. So check us out there. We've had a ton of growth in those areas lately, so it's really fun to see that the word's getting out about us. All right, let's take a nice deep breath and center ourselves in the unity prayer. Our unity centers us in light and peace, allowing us to recognize our God within and to radiate that love to the world.
morning. We're going to get some really good friends up here. Chris McShay. And we got Steve Amadei over there on the bass. We got Tom Barber over here on the guitar and Peter Parnag on the bass. Good buddies here. We're going to do the song that y'all know. It's called Come On, People, Smile on Your Brother. Be sure and sing along with us, okay?
Love is but a song we sing, fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, you may not know why. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some may come and some may go, we will surely pass. When the one that's left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. If you hear the song we sing, you will understand. Listen. You hold the key to love and fear, all in your trembling hands. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now.
Sing along with us now.
Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now.
One more time.
Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Right now, right now.
Ginny is going to do a little reading for us here.
Hello, friends. The reading I'm doing is from Reverend Teresa Burton, and it's Open Your Mind to Divine Wisdom. Today, our prayer is loving kindness. As I awake this day, I turn within and remember that divinity is within me and within every person I encounter in life. I allow my heart to remember that my purpose is to be the Christ. Throughout the day, each breath I take is in sync with my soul's knowing. I am reminded that loving kindness is the action of God in the world. Today, I open my eyes to see how I can serve another. I open my mind to hear divine wisdom to inspire others. I open my mouth to speak words of truth and love. I open my hands to lift the burden in another's life. I affirm in this moment that I am a tool of light that dispels darkness and hatred. I am blessed with overflowing abundance and joy, which I share easily with others.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we're going to get some choir members up here. And one thing about our music here at Unity is that we've been developing our own repertoire of songs. We're going to do one here that Chris and I wrote called We Become. We Become One. We first want to start off with just everybody doing a hum right here on this D note. Just take a breath and do another note when you can. Take a deep breath and do one last hum.
I'm not sure when this song stopped being about you. When old faces were new faces, spirit shining through. When we seek with the light, souls brighten among us. We touch our hearts with our hearts, sharing what has become of us. We become one. We become one. Shining all together like the waves of the sun. We become one. eyes and new faces, spirit shining through. When we speak with the light, souls brighten among us. We touch our hearts with our hearts, sharing what has become of us. We become one. We become one. Shining all together like the rays of the sun. We become one. Shining all together like the rays of the sun. We become one. 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 We become one.
Thank you. We'll be back later.
Wow. So they've cut me down to 5 minutes today. And I think Jim is the timer. Therefore, I will be his timer. So when I thought about only having 5 minutes, what is it that I want to tell you about unity that has changed my life the most? We have these 5 principles up here on the wall. They appear to be really easy to understand and easy to live with. But principle number 3 is powerful. It's we create our lives with our thoughts. And we're responsible for what we create. In unity, we don't blame the devil. We'd like to sometimes, but we don't. So when you think about that, I create my life with my thoughts. And we have the ability to change our thought. So I'm going to give you a little bit of example of that, which really hit home to me in 2007, newly ordained Unity minister, first Easter. We had some people in our congregation who still wanted to do communion. So on Good Friday, I had planned and I wrote a Good Friday communion service from a unity perspective of what community we are one. So that's what it would mean. So I kept redoing it. And I work at home on talks, and then I would send it to my computer at the church. So I had about 3 or 4 versions that had gone down and changed my mind. So our friend over here was real involved in the landscaping of the church to get ready for their very first Easter outdoor sunrise service. So I had put his copy on his desk, on the chair, so he would be sure to find it. And 5 minutes before we were to start, he says, "Where's my copy?" Grrr. And I said, "I gave it to you." "No, you didn't." So a congregant of ours who was like an employee in her volunteer time. She was always there, fixed everything, always helping us. So Max said, go on over, I'll run him a copy. And she got into my computer and she ran the copy. So we get in the middle of this service, and I realize we have 2 different copies. Well, I'm totally embarrassed and very uncomfortable, and I look over at him like I want to say, just shut up. And so I just put my book down and started doing it from memory. So when it was all over, I went out into the garden at the church, and I thought, I got to get out of here. And I had bought him a new suit, and they were adjusting it. So I thought, I'm just going to go get that suit. So I did that. So driving home, I was so ticked off, so ticked off. And I stopped myself. I'm creating my world with my thought. So what am I going to make of this? And it's not like it was 2 or 3 stoplights that I worked this through. But by the time I got home, I had changed my thought from being totally angry at him, spewing German fires, to what am I going to make of this weekend? And I changed my thought. That in unity of all of the things that I have learned about living this human existence as a spiritual being in unity is the most powerful one for me. We always have a choice, no matter how hard the circumstances, of what we think and what we do with what is happening. So if you are new to unity and you've not taken a class, I believe we have the 5 Principles book in our bookstore. And if you have any questions about it or want to do a book study on it, I'm more than willing to join you and do that, because having an awareness of my thoughts is the most powerful thing that I have learned in unity. Is my time up? Wouldn't you know, he wouldn't even keep track. So I think it's his turn.
Wow. Ministry is tough, especially when you got a co-minister that's not on the same page. Well, I'd like to take a few minutes this morning, and I do apologize for those of you that are perhaps visiting with us today, that we're recognizing our volunteers today rather than our traditional message. But I think you'll enjoy it, and I think it's a valuable time for you to see the faces and the personalities and the dear ones, the loved ones that cause everything to happen around here. I'd like to give you a little bit of a context. Sharon and I spent 12 years as ministers of the Spiritual Life Center in Sun City, Arizona. And then we left there and moved to Loveland, Colorado. And then not too long after that, this church needed some help. Not that they needed help in that sense, but they wanted someone to come and help them and guide them and bless them with the ministry that Sharon and I had in Arizona. Well, the first few months after we arrived, we just observed things as they were going on, and we discovered a beautiful, loving congregation that were doing most of the things that any church would do, but they were doing it, not a minister. And so we shared with the board about the various ways that churches can be organized. In fact, we presented 3 different ways. Most churches are minister-centric. In other words, the minister runs the church and everything goes through the minister, and the minister says what's going to be on Sunday morning and what's going to be spoken and what's going to be taught, and the whole enchilada. But
A way to organize a congregation is to allow people to express their gifts. Let them be the sole individuals that are carrying on the work of ministry. And so on that particular Sunday in August, 2 years ago, the council of this church decided that this should be a team-centered ministry. In other words, the teams are the center. They're the ones that plan. They're the ones that execute. Those are the ones that carry on the work of what we do here at Unity of Fort Collins. Now, what does a minister do then? We just don't go on vacation. We don't have to be on the same page anymore. So ministers encourage, ministers meet with teams. We serve as resource people. We help each individual team that has a portion of the ministry. Each individual team has their own budget. Each individual team makes their decisions as to what's going to be done, for instance, in marketing or youth or family or any one of the other functions of ministry. And people are engaged. People aren't just sitting in the pews. They're involved. They're feeling like that this church, this ministry is theirs. Now the council, we're going to have a presentation in a few minutes explaining the role of a council. The council is different. The council is about vision, about the future, not so much about the day-to-day management of the ministry. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to take this moment and introduce two very key people. Sharon and I meet with these two people as part of a team every Wednesday morning. And the one I'd like to introduce first of all is Courtney. Where are you, Courtney? Right here. Okay. I'd normally be introducing Ann Hudgens, but Ann is on a ship somewhere in the Indian Ocean. India? Not quite yet? Okay. She's over there on the other side of the world somewhere. So Courtney, as vice president of the council, is going to come and talk to you about the council. Sure.
I'm back. I'm too short to stand down there, though. I can't. So yeah, our council, all of us that serve on council care so deeply for this community. And our function is to oversee, as Jim was saying, oversee the administration of Unity of Fort Collins, but in harmony with its intention and with the 5 principles that have been spelled out by Unity. It's our function, so to speak, to make sure that we're in harmony with that, in alignment with that, and that we honor the Christ consciousness in each of us. So we really do thank the council for, we used to call it at my church in Kansas City, keeping the high watch, and I love that expression. So anybody that is currently on council, if you'll stand, and we'll just recognize you right now. Mr. Mike, come on up. Anisha, we have a couple people missing. Nina's not here, but thank you, yeah. And Jim. Thank you.
Yes, recently we went to a 7-member council, so there's 7 council members that meet once a month, and they oversee the general direction of the ministry. Also on Wednesday mornings, I have the privilege of meeting with the sole church employee. Now we have contractors. Richard is here every Sunday and manages all this stuff that goes on. Then we have a bookkeeper, Barbara, that's not here on Sundays, but she's busy at work keeping the records. We have an individual that cleans this facility. So there's others involved. But the one I want to point out, her name is Julie. Julie used to be office administrator. Her title's been changed. She's now the church administrator. And by golly, all the myriad of things that she manages and suggests, and she's very much a part of the leadership team that meets on Wednesday, because what she says, we listen. All right? So Julie, come on up, and I'm going to just leave it with you now, let you carry on.
Thank you. I'm going to stand up here too because I'm short. I'm really glad they changed my title because that office is kind of small and I would just like go in circles, and now I can walk throughout the whole building. So Volunteer Recognition Sunday, this is really special, and last year we did something, but it was more simple, and I'm really glad we're really taking the whole service this year to really recognize you, because what's more fun than celebrating all of you? And I can literally pretty much say all of you because we have so many volunteers. People do small things, people do big things. They're here once a month, they're here every day, and it just really makes a very vibrant community having so many of you here. It is truly the volunteers that keep Unity running every day. Volunteers take care of the many tasks, including organizing events, helping with services, taking care of community members who are sick or injured, and the upkeep of the building and the grounds. There are people who help out in the open and you see them, and there are people who help behind the scenes. Every volunteer is incredibly important. Leanne did some research and found out that the monetary value of a volunteer is about $25 an hour. Given that number, if you add up all the hours that people are here individually, as groups, and our service days, our volunteers provide an estimated $9,000 annually to our Unity community. With our outreach team, that expands even more into the Northern Colorado community and even the world with our trip to Guatemala. An equal, if not more important part of volunteering is how each person brings their unique personality and skill set to Unity. I love working in the office because I get to interact with the volunteers on a daily basis. There's an incredible sense of community that's created by the volunteers. I've worked with many nonprofit organizations over the years, and the volunteers here at Unity are by far the most dedicated and hardworking people that I've ever been around. Everyone is full of heart, positivity, and kindness. You truly all make Unity an amazing place to be, and I love and appreciate you all.
Me again, sorry. One last quick note before we get started with recognizing each of the individual team volunteers. My Unity minister in Kansas City shared a lesson one time that really stayed with me, and it's just so helpful in understanding true service, what Julie was just talking about. So when we serve, there are three main attitudes that can be our motivation. One is fixing. This has an element of superiority. I know it's wrong. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to get it done. Well, that's heavy, and it's draining to the person that feels that way. Another attitude is helping. That's definitely an improvement on fixing, but it still takes the position that there's some lack going on, that there's something that somebody needs our help or some organization needs our help and that they're lacking in some way. And this also can feel heavy and can wear out the helper. But true service, and the one that we're saying we see so consistently here, and that is when we volunteer out of a pure spirit of serving, we're joining with the other, joining with the organization. We're just there quietly with open hearts, offering our gifts and talents to see if they could be of service, but we don't force anything. When we join with and offer ourselves in this spirit of love and come from gratitude, only joy arises. Joy in both the giver and the receiver. And that's what we see in all of you that volunteer here. A true desire to serve out of gratitude and love for this church and the community. And that is what creates that secret sauce that we talk about, the joy and kindness and a real feeling of family. So thank you all so much. And now if we'll get the team leads to come on up and just be at the ready, we'll start the slides, and Julie's going to introduce them.
So team leads, if you want to maybe kind of be on the two sides, and then as we get to these, you can pop up here easily. And while you guys are getting set, I did want to recognize, we have all our teams, and then we have some general people. And so first of all, office help. We have Kimber Haas comes every week, and Nancy Ray, and they're incredibly beneficial to helping with lots of odd tasks, the deposit, clean up from any event that needed done, and then also our Sunday volunteers. So we have greeters. They also do ushering and counting the money afterwards. Reader that comes up every week, and then we have a slideshow volunteer. So all of those people are very important. It doesn't quite fit on a team, but wanted to recognize them. So first of all, chaplains.
Will the chaplains please stand? This is a powerful group of people. They all have about 10 people on a list that they call every month and ask, how may I hold you in prayer this month? We have 10 chaplains, so approximately 100 prayers. Our people are contacted each month. If you don't have a prayer chaplain, just sign up over there on the sheet, and when we train chaplains again in January, I will assign you a chaplain. And if you would like to be a chaplain, I will be doing training in January. Being a chaplain is an area of tremendous growth. You learn how to pray with other people without being afraid. And once you learn that, you grow every time you pray. So these are our wonderful chaplains, and I love all of you. Music team.
Okay, next we have connection team or social team. Lil.
I tried to dictate this into my phone this morning, and when I came to Unity about a century ago, I was alone. It was last century, the 20th century. And there was a song that I really liked. I won't sing it, I'll say the words. I am one with a higher power. You are one with the Christ within. We are one with all creation. You are one, my friend. And that got me, that really touched something for me. And then I got on this committee somehow. It was called the InReach Committee originally, and then it changed to the Social Connection. And we did various things like movie night, Tuesday talk and tea at 10, Indian dinners, Friendsgiving, things like that. You've probably all, hopefully, have attended one of them. And when I did it, I found out that we are all one. And by doing the different things together, like having the Tuesday talk and tea and 10 on a small group, we got connected in a way. When we did the Friendsgiving, we were connected on a larger way. And that was just really special to me. We go to the movies here, and it wasn't a large group, but we would see something that touched us in a special way. Sometimes it made us laugh, sometimes it made us cry. And that was another connection. And by this connection, it just really made me feel like we were one. And I just feel that really now from all of you. And so I really appreciate being able to be on this team, and I appreciate all the people that have helped on the team, and I also appreciate the people that haven't been on the team that have helped us out too. And if you want to join the team, we've got plenty of room. Thanks.
Okay, next, facilities team.
Gerald should technically be up here too, but Jim and I have been kind of splitting this. For a long time here at Unity, I was kind of the head of all of facilities. That was indoor and outdoor. And we've been graced with the addition of Jim Weimar, and he has done a lot of extraordinary things to help divide those tasks up. But I'm not gonna, it's probably the biggest team in the church, I think, when we look at all the different projects that we do, all the work that gets done inside the building and outside the building. We have various project days, and I'm just gonna generally ask that everybody who's helped with facilities, please stand so we can thank you and recognize you. Dare to say something?
No, not really, but I can.
Go for it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how exactly I got into the facilities. That was kind of the way it was. And then kind of volunteered to do the landscape project. And it's really turned out to be a blessing for me because I've got to know a lot of the people that helped me do the projects and complete them because I could have never done it without your help. The amount of people that came out and volunteered to help us do the landscaping out front and then painting the fences and cleaning up the yard. Like I said, I couldn't do it without your help, and I really appreciate all of you, and I'm glad to be here.
Don't go away. So, very rarely do we single out someone to recognize, but I think it's important that we do this. We had a plaque made for Jim. It says, Jim Weimar, volunteer rock star. With this here. And this is gonna be placed, it'll be placed on one of the rocks in the front yard. It was meant to be outdoors. That whole project in the front was huge and detailed. We love it, and we love you, and we appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
For you. Hope we spelled your name right.
No,
We didn't?
No.
This is wrong?
yeah, it's A.
That's all on me.
But I appreciate it. But
I can't believe that. I was so careful with EI.
But I have one last thing I'd like to say. Julie has helped me tremendously in every project that I've done around the church, and I probably couldn't have done it without her help because she got me, when I needed stuff for the city, she had the numbers for me, and she got them to me right away. So I'd like to really thank Julie for helping me out.
Thank you. And mutually, Jim is now the person who calls Republic Services every time they don't pick up a bin, and that's weekly, so thank you. Give and take. And Leanne, you just pointed out how human we all are, and that's why we're Unity too. Next up, finance team.
I didn't know that I was going to do this when I got here this morning, but I'd like to introduce the finance team. Leanne has been a part of the finance team as long as I've been here at the church, for 10 years, so I really appreciate everything that she does around here. Also, Mike Hawes, he's an incredible creator. He's got a way of putting things together and a great way of expressing his ideas, and really he motivates me. And the other person I don't see him here today is Scott Coonsey. He's part of our team. And the last one is Sharon. She does it all. She works with our bookkeeper. She does all the accounting. She puts out a report every month on what our finances are like, and she just does a great job. And I sit there in the meetings and listen and nod my head. So I appreciate being here, and I want to thank everybody that volunteers too. We couldn't do it without you.
Okay, so I'm here on behalf of the marketing team. Yeah, Nina Kunze and her husband are in Estes right now having a good time. But she wanted to highlight a few of the team's accomplishments this year, helping with the design of the outdoor sign that has been so beautiful. I love it out there. Having really grown our social media presence, creating that 5 Principles poster, and the constant maintaining and refreshing of our website. So we've done a lot more than that. That's just a snippet of some of the things that were kind of the ongoing items. But so the marketing team primarily includes Nina and myself, but we have some satellite members that we really appreciate. Dave Johnson, you plugged in at one time when had to Google something issue. I don't even remember what it was, to be honest. But we also have 2 honorary members. I don't see Paul Cooper, so he's not here, but Jim Weimar, both of them who take tons of pictures at either church or at the events, and along with those of us on the team, then those are what I use to post things on social media. So we really appreciate all that they've done with that. So thank you to the marketing team.
And if we're going in alphabetical order, I'm gonna quick give a plug to the musicians. So not officially a team, but obviously they bring so much to our services. The choir just keeps growing and obviously brings just a wonderful presence, energy, and everything. So all you musicians and choir members, thank you. And now outreach.
Good morning, everyone. I'm representing the outreach team. We dabble in different projects here and there. There are some regular quarterly activities that we do. We do meet quarterly. These are just examples that we have done. It's definitely not a complete list. So I just want you to keep that in mind, because as been mentioned, there are a lot of volunteers in our community. Annually, we have headed up the food drive for Larimer County and the giving tree for the Christmas holiday season. It's been mentioned that we have our food drive going on right now, and we'll be putting up a giving tree for Christmas. Another item that we do is called Salad for the Soul, and that's an annual fundraiser, and that's in conjunction with a CSA, which is Community Supported Agriculture. There are several around town, and they provide shares for families who are in need of food. And not only do they provide a share for them, but there's also nutrition education and cooking, so they do a bang-up job. During our annual meetings, we brainstorm and come up with organizations in northern Colorado. So for example, we have, this is a monthly donation that's been going on at Unity for I don't know how long, for years and years. But anyway, so some examples that Unity has given to is Foco Cafe, Homeward Alliance, and Days for Girls. Days for Girls is a national organization, but they do have a chapter here in Fort Collins. Another example is the Guatemala Project, and I'd like to share with you their mission statement. And that is the UPI of Fort Collins is a heart-centered spiritual group dedicated to creating health, sustainability, and growth with our Guatemalan sister community of La Bendición and Nuevo Todos Santos.
And this is by nurturing reciprocity with our sister communities along with other complementary organizations. We are participating in our mutual growth while creating loving and a connected world. And they go down to Guatemala 1 to 2 times a year and work on projects that the village wants to work on. They don't come down to help them or look around and see what we think they should do. It all comes from the members of the community. Some of their projects, first of all, this project is self-funded. They have delivered kits for Days for Girls. There is a library setup that they have done. It's called Library in a Box. This is a real fun one. They've had some pen pal exchange with students from Irish Elementary. I think it was just this last year. They took pictures of the last 8 years that they've been working with these villages, and they put together a slideshow, which is no easy feat because they've only had electricity for 3 to 4 years. And so there was a projector that was donated, and then we donated a sheet to use as our screen. And also, they will be funding another school teacher for the village. And I want to express that the outreach team doesn't do everything. There are other examples of outreach activities, and for example, one of them has been done with the support of Lisa and Steph. They have been organizing Unity to have a presence at the Pride event for at least the last couple of years.
We did the last year.
Oh, okay.
Janice and Sharon have done the previous.
Okay, thank you for that correction. Thank you, everybody.
So I'm going to do service and support team. Julie already did musicians, but I will quickly, so I won't forget, I will mention that we have a lot of folks, we call them group facilitators on the slide, a lot of folks that teach classes or offer an experience. We have drumming, we have the hand pan, anyway, and all the classes and stuff. So anybody that hosts a class, a book study, Tuesday Talk and Tea, any of those kind of fun things, if you'll just stand, we appreciate all that you offer to our community to have such a variety of experiences here. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, chronic healing. Yeah. I'm trying not to name them because I know I'll forget all of them or most of them. So, but anyway, but thank you for offering your time and sharing your passion for whatever it is that you're sharing with us. So that's beautiful. Service and support team consists of Jim and Sharon, myself, usually Ann, and Julie primarily. And we meet every Wednesday, and we make sure the Sunday service is ready to go. We schedule speakers. We support other teams as they want to put things on the calendar. And we provide office support for the community for things that they might be needing. So I don't know, it's kind of a grab bag of things. We show up and things get discussed, and you never know what it's going to be. But we're trying to help make sure everything is in line and ready to go on Sunday.
Next, technology.
I just found out about this.
I've got to read your emails.
Yeah, I've got over 12,000 unopened emails. Texting will help me. So technology for a while has been Richard and me debating what we should do next or not do next. And Jim has helped with ideas from his previous experience. And now we have John Kuhn, I think probably against his better judgment, joining us in learning how to run the treehouse. So since I've come here, I started as a musician and then with the help from others built the treehouse, and with the help from younger people put cords under the floor, and with help from even younger people put cords in the attic. we're trying to bring you a good audible visual production. And sometimes that goes wrong and you get these loud sounds from here. We call that feedback, but I want you to know that we welcome your feedback as well. And for instance, this last week, we met with a consultant and managed to, well, say in this month, we got 2 more monitors so that the choir can now hear themselves. With the help of our consultant, we've figured out how to make each monitor put out the sound of the person who's in front of that monitor. Not just everything, so we're individualizing the sounds that come out so you can hear you if you're speaking. But that, that took more chords. So we got 6 new chords this week. And our music stands tend to sometimes just fall away. And so we got 3 new music stands this week. And we keep up with it. Through generous donations, we've been able to get those mics you see up high for the choir. So now they don't have to compete over who's going to be in front of the mic because they spread a broad pattern of reception and we hear them better online and in here. So if you have feedback, please bring it to me and I'd love to hear it. And thank you all for your support.
And last but not least, the welcome team.
Okay. So, the welcome team's mission is to welcome, right? And they welcome not only the first-time guests, but even regular guests. And we do this together with the greeters that are also there. So, but we're different in that our focus is on the first-time guests. So how do we do this? Just really simple. We do it with a smile, walking through. We do it with a sincere welcome from our hearts. We do it by maybe providing information. The bathroom's that way. Or we do it by distributing the welcome packet, which some of you who are new hopefully have that today. And we do it by overseeing the bookstore. And this is the most popular. We're very popular when we provide the coffee and the goodies. Everybody loves us then. But that's what we do. But no matter what we do it with the intention of welcoming you, making you feel like you belong here, and with the intention of family, community. So, with a lot of gratitude, and I even wore my thanks, to say thank you to our team. And we have a big team. We have a wonderful team, and we couldn't do it without. And when I say we, Courtney and I co-chair the team. And she only said I had to do it because she says I'm talking too much. So, but she's here with me. So I am going to borrow from my favorite childhood TV show, which is going to show my age, the Mickey Mouse Club. So let's meet the welcome team. Kamina. Courtney. And we have Arlene, who I hope is watching in Arizona that participates. Kimber, did you jump up? Kimber! Kelly did, I know. Kelsey, I don't think is here today. And Julie, you have another Julie. Okay, Julie pass, yeah. Anyway, thank you to all of you. We appreciate you, love you, and couldn't do it without you. So, thanks.
All right, thank you everyone for your patience as we got through all that. It's really important that everyone gets to speak. And now.
Can I interrupt you?
Yes, yes.
I failed to recognize the outreach team members. So would you please stand up? And then I got the connection team members. Connection team members?
All right, and next I think we're on to the our thoughts, our prayers. Thanks.
We're doing youth and family when they come in, if you're wondering where they are.
Well, we do have a great community here. Our thoughts and prayers, as Rev Sharon said, our thoughts create our worlds. You know what to do here. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Listen to what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is everywhere. And every thought's indeed a prayer.
Take a couple of moments for a much abbreviated meditation. Let's pause with gratitude today to consider all those who came before us, paving the way with their powerful intentions. Thank you to all the people who held those thoughts, who lovingly visualized, created, and cared for our church home, blessing it with their energy. Over the years, the inventive minds of volunteers have raised thousands of dollars to expand Unity's programs and presence in the community. Let's take a moment to reflect on all that effort, talent, and dedication that it has taken to create and improve our church home in the past and today. Let's take a moment to be thankful for church leadership that provides a safe place for us to listen and learn and makes it possible for all of us to open to our divine nature. Let's remember our many teachers here and give thanks for their contributions in the past and today. Let's remember that all of those who came before us helped create what Unity is today, and that our community today is creating new possibilities for those who come after.
the blessings of God rest upon me. Let their peace abide in me. May God's blessings illuminate my heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide in you. May God's presence illuminate my heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon us. May God's peace abide in us. May God's presence illuminate our hearts now and forevermore. Now and
I believe it's time for our 10th team, the youth and family. So I'm trusting they're back there, but let's sing our song. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, despite all that you've given already, you want to give us money? Okay. So, have our ushers come forward. And let's bless our offering and bless all of those that have stood and been here and contributed to this ministry as we do so. Together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
All right, we're going to get some other good help up here. Do one last song for you. We do indeed thank all the volunteers, and we thank our ministers, Jim and Sharon. But also, what's great about Unity is every other Sunday, just a member of the congregation is getting up here and sharing. Like last week with Julie, just a wonderful message from her. So that's another great thing about our little church here. We're gonna do something from written by Pop Staples that we've done a few times here. Pretty fun song. It's called You Don't Knock, You Just Walk On In. You don't knock, just walk on in. The door to heaven. There's love and joy for you to share. I know my friends are there to rest in heaven's place. You don't knock, ring on your hole. Doors wide open, just a waiting for you, so you don't knock. You just walk on in. Well, I've traveled that winding road. Oh yeah. Trying to bear my load. Oh yeah. Traveled night and day. Oh yeah. So tired and hard to pray. Yeah. Oh Jesus. Never by my side. Oh, yeah. I'm walking down and knocking in the heaven.
on in. Walk on in, Tom.
Okay. Well, I've got the program in front of me now. Next thing we have is This Little Light of Mine, John.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, here they come. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine on the corner of Lions and Vine. Here on the corner of Lions and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Good morning. Good morning. We got to travel this morning to Brazil, and it was so much fun. Ricardo, would you stand? Where's Ricardo? Yay! He did. He was so fun, and the kids had a great time. So we'll hear what they learned.
These are tops that Ricardo made, and yeah. Yeah, they're made out of recycled paper and cardboard, and they're really cool.
Brazil is sort of famous for soccer, and they're the only country that won the World Cup 5 times. Yeah.
Brazil is the biggest country in South America.
All right, take it.
Got something?
What language do they speak, Lee? Remember?
So, Brazil has this cool bread called cheese bread. It's filled with cheese, and we actually tried it and made it today, and they're really good. We had 3 each, I'm pretty sure. There's only, yeah, at least, maybe. Okay.
What language does Brazil speak? Does anybody remember?
Brazilian. Portuguese? And Espanol? Make everything.
So they basically, they like here in the grocery stores, this is what Ricardo said, you don't get like too creative here because here in the grocery stores, if you want to make something and you don't have something at home, you just go to the grocery store and buy it. But in Brazil, there's some poverty. So if you didn't have something that you needed, you just look around the house and see what you can use instead. And so that's how Ricardo made this.
So Nancy, would you tell us a little bit about the youth and family team and recognize our volunteers?
Can I do it from here? Okay, cool. All right, guys, you want to have a seat for a second? Youth team, stand up. I'm not seeing everybody here. Denise is here. Ooh, Barbara and Jim. Yes, and we have many others. We have others that are not able to join us today. We have an amazing team. And this team, I think, plays a very important role, as all the teams do here, but we play a very important role. And I wanted to share with you our vision. We actually wrote a vision statement a year or so ago, and our vision is to support and nurture our children to be centered in love and inspired by spirit within. So everything we do that in mind. Every activity, every lesson, everything we do, we want them understanding the spirit comes from within and the strength. And there's a really cool, I like this quote from Frederick Douglass, "It's easier to build strong children than to repair broken adults." So that's what we think about. That's what we base it on. We want them to be strong, and we want them to be confident, and we want them to grow in love. And we do that with our programs. We do that with activities, as I said. We do that by hopefully creating inspiring and fun things for them to do. All right, guys, we're going to share something with them, aren't we? Let's stand. One of the things that we start our class with every week is called, it's a Mayan chant. It's a Mayan reading, actually. And it's kind of like a Mayan version of the Golden Rule. And we've done this before, I believe, one other time. But this is how we want to treat each other and be treated by others, okay? Can we do this without the mic? Because they're going to share it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. One thing. I apologize. I forgot something, didn't I? They're going to say a line each, and we ask that you repeat that line back to us. They might need the microphone in order to hear it quickly.
You are my other me.
You are my other me.
If I do harm to you,
I do harm to myself.
If I love and respect you,
I love and respect myself.
Wow. Thank you. I apologize for our service lasting a little longer today, but I want to just say one thing. If you really want to get to know your fellow congregants in this community, be involved in one of the teams. The people I really know are the ones that I meet with on teams on a regular basis. So every team has an opening. If you have a talent or ability or just have an interest in a subject, please talk to one of our team leads. And we want to thank deeply, deeply, deeply all of you that have been contributing to our many activities here at Unity of Fort Collins. Thank you. So with that, let's go ahead and circle up as we close our service. So together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.